Hello friends, crude oil price in international market has come down below $100 because of the new reserve releases, and also there is a lockdown imposed in China. So there is a dip in the demand, and China also made agreements with Russia to import crude oil in its national currency yuan. And the World Trade Organization has recently reported that because of the Ukraine crisis, the uh, international trade is going to be affected by around 50%. So the growth estimate international trade, it was previously estimated at 4.7, so it may come down to 2.4 to 3%. It has revised it. And the fuel demand in India is in three-year high, so it has reached more than pre-pandemic level. The fuel demand increased by more than 4.2%, and petroleum demand for petrol increased by 6.7%, and the demand for diesel also increased by 6.1%. Compared to national gas also, there is a price hike up by 2.5 rupees per kg, so overall price increase is around 12.5 rupees. So for the fiscal year 2022-23, first monetary policy committee meeting has taken place, and the RBI has released this report, and it has maintained its the interest rate level. It maintains status quo, and there is no change in the repo and reverse repo rate. And it has also introduced a new tool to absorb excess liquidity from the system. This is there is a 8.5 lakh crore excess liquidity in the system. So this tool is called the standing deposit facility. So what is this? It is called SDF. So this is similar to reverse repo, whereby the banks deposit their excess money into RBI. In return, RBI will give government-backed securities to these commercial banks. So this is this is what is in reverse repo. But here in standing deposit facility, the Reserve Bank of India don't have to give government-backed securities to any collateral to the banks. So without collateral, it can park the money. Commercial banks can deposit their money. It is overnight short-term lending process. Now for the repo, the interest rate is 4%. And for reverse repo it is 3.35%, but for the SDF it is 3.75%, which is 40 basis points or 0.4% lesser, 0.4% higher than reverse repo. So it is profitable both to RBI and also to the commercial banks. So the RBI also revised its estimates. Previously it estimated that India's economic growth will be around 7.8%. Now it reduced it to 7.2%. And because of the increased inflation in other commodities, so it has also revised its inflation forecast. So now it has reduced it to from 5.7% and to 4.5%. So the RBI also stated that the economic growth is below the pre-pandemic level, and private consumption is also still in the pre-pandemic level. And it also stated that the central's capital investment until February 2022 has surpassed the levels in the corresponding periods of pandemic and pre-pandemic years. But when you fact check this with the CAG report, it is not true. See, up to February, the capital investment spending of the center is around 80.6%, which is lower because for the last year it was around 92.4%. and that jobs demanded under Manreka scheme has the demand has come down, it says. So that shows the growth in employment opportunities as evident, it says, but it is not so, because as we already discussed, in the Manreka scheme, the demand is always higher, but because of the low allocation, fund allocation, always the number of jobs given is lower. So it is also said that the RBI is going to increase its repo rate in the next bi-monthly meeting. It also announced that now cardless ATM, without ATM card you can withdraw cash hereafter. So this is going to be implemented in all the banks. So it is that is to contain the frauds like skimming, card cloning, and device tampering. So, and also this the RBI also given approval to open digital banking units to most of the commercial banks except the regional, rural banks and payment banks. So mandating that certain services and products has to be given. So it has given without a prior nod from the RBI, it can open the with the prior experience with the digital banking. The banks can do the digital banking operation, it says. The BJP, after winning in state assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Goa and Manipur, now again trying and pushing for agri reforms, the anti-farmer agri reforms. And Ramesh Chandra, the Niti Aayog member, recently has stated that the repeal of 3 formulas come back as a setback in achieving the goal of doubling farmers' income by 2022. It is as if before the repeal of the formulas, the farmers already realized a higher income. Only because of the repeal, their income has come down. His statement was like that. And he also suggested that the center to start first consultation with the states for resuming the agriculture reform process. And the agri-export has reached around 4 lakh crores in this 2021-22 fiscal period. And in 2021-22, the number of electric vehicles, sales of electric vehicles tripled. There is a rebound in the tax collection 2021-22, so which is 49% higher in direct tax compared to last year, and in indirect tax it is 30%. And tax GDP ratio has been increased to 11.7% from 10.3%. And the tax buoyancy, which is nothing but the change in tax level by change in the GDP level, has been estimated to be around 1.9%. So overall, the tax collection, central revenue has been higher, but its spending is not up to that level. It has a fiscal space, but it has not increased its spending for the social sector, it only shows. There is a recent announcement in the EPFO. If there is the Provident Fund contribution is above 2.5 lakhs, and if your account is not linked with the PAN, your TDS will be, tax deduction and stores will be 20%. But if it is linked with the PAN card, it is only 10%. And for all the states which has implemented power sector reforms, has been given approval to get 0.5% additional credit. So 10 state has given permission to borrow additional 28,204 crore for power sector reform use. including Tamil Nadu. Rajnath Singh recently released a third list of defense items which is banned for import. This is to increase India's self-reliance in defense sector. So these items, 101 items, will be incrementally procured from the indigenous sources, and they will be incrementally banned for import. And the government recently constituted animation, visual effects, gaming, comics promotion task force, that is AVGC promotion task force. It will be headed by the Secretary of the Ministry of Information Broadcasting. So it says that according to the ministry, India has the ability to capture 5% in the global market share by the year 2025 with the annual growth of around 25 to 30%, and can create around 1.6 lakh crores new jobs annually. There is a shocking report from IMF working paper recently. It has stated that the extreme poverty in India was as low as 0.8% in 2009. And despite pandemic, the country has managed to reach kept the extreme poverty level below that, and it also reduced the inequality levels to lowest levels. Fact is that the last consumption expenditure survey has taken place only in 2018. After that, no survey has taken place. Even that data has been hidden by the government from publication, BJP government. But after huge outcry from more than 100 economists all over the country demanding the release of the survey consumption expenditure survey details, the government only released the summary details. But the unit level data is still not published. But this paper is based on the national accounts. It has taken the private final consumption expenditure as the proxy measurement for consumption expenditure, but it is not a right method, and it has reduced the standard to take out the many people of the poverty in the paper, just paper. As we all know, and it is well acknowledged by many of the international groups, during the pandemic, the inequality and hunger levels both in India and all over the world has increased. But in total opposition and in contradiction to that facts, this paper is claiming and praising the achievements of the government. Recently, Nepal government has decided to ban the import of non-essential items from other countries that might affect India's export to Nepal. And India's ranking in the gender equality, it has come down from 123rd last year to 124. Recently, central government has approved to distribute fortified rice under government programs like ICT, Integrated Child Development Scheme, and PM Poshan programs. This fortification, they didn't give the details whether it is for wheat, for iron and vitamin A, what is they are going to fortify it. So the Food Corporation of India and state agencies has already procured around 88.65 along metric tons of fortified rice for supply, it has reported. But the details of which are not given. I see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.